Tired of fumbling with laces when you could be grabbing that first cup of coffee? What if the easiest part of your workday was actually starting it? All right, let's talk. You and I know that a good day on the job starts from the ground up. And for my money, nothing beats the pure, simple genius of a great slip-on work boot. But here's the problem. There are a million of them out there. And how do you find the one that's actually right for you? Well, you let me do the hard work. I've been abusing 6 of the most popular slip-on boots on the market to find out what's what.
Number 6. KELODON slip-on welding work boots. The first thing you notice about these is the price. It's really accessible, and when you read the description, it sounds like the perfect boot. It's marketed as lightweight, indestructible, with a steel toe, and specifically for welders. That's a lot of promises for a boot at this price point. When I got them out of the box, they looked the part. You know, they have that modern, almost tactical look to them, which is pretty cool. They're definitely light, I'll give them that. Holding them, you don't get that immediate sense of dread you get from some old school, clunky work boots. The safety features are all there on paper. A standard steel toe that passed my informal tap test with a hammer, and a puncture-resistant Kevlar midsole, which is great for peace of mind when you're walking through a site with stray nails or sharp debris. So for basic safety compliance, they take the boxes. Putting them on is easy, the pull tabs are sturdy enough, and the fit is, well, it's a bit generic. It's not bad, but it doesn't exactly hug your foot. It feels like a one-size-fits-all approach to foot shape, which, as we know, isn't really a thing. But here's where things start to get a little complicated. After wearing these for a full 8-hour day, the biggest issue for me was breathability. Or rather, the complete lack of it. The upper is a synthetic material that, while seemingly durable on the surface, just doesn't let your feet breathe.
5. Jousen casual slip-on Chelsea boots. You can see this is a totally different animal. This boot is all about style. I mean, it looks fantastic. The silhouette is slim, the finish is clean, and you could absolutely wear this with a pair of nice jeans to a restaurant and nobody would bat an eye. It's the kind of boot for the guy who might be a project manager or an architect, someone who visits job sites but isn't necessarily kicking dirt and swinging a hammer all day. When I first put them on, they felt pretty good. The interior is lined with a soft material, and they feel more like a casual shoe than a work boot. They're comfortable for walking around the office or on finished surfaces like concrete and asphalt. The pull tab is strong, the elastic side panels have a good amount of stretch, making them easy to get on and off, which is the whole point of a slip-on, right? So for looks and initial step-in comfort, Jousen gets a solid thumbs up. Now, the product page says these are waterproof, and this is where we hit our first major snag. I'd classify them as water resistant, maybe. I wore them on a dewy morning walking through some wet grass, and my socks were definitely damp afterward. I wouldn't even think about wearing these in a real rainstorm or stepping in a puddle deeper than an inch. The water seems to seep in right around the seams where the sole meets the upper.
4. Danner 6-inch Bull Run slip-on Chelsea work boots. The moment you pick this boot up, you know you've leveled up. This isn't a boot trying to be something it's not. It is a premium, no-nonsense work boot made by a company with a legendary reputation. The first thing that hits you is the smell of the full-grain leather upper. It's rich, it's authentic, and it tells you this boot is built to last. This is an unlined boot, which I actually love. It means the leather itself is the interior, and over time, it just molds perfectly to the shape of your foot. Let me be clear, there is a break-in period. For the first 3 or 4 days, they were pretty stiff, especially around the ankle. But I pushed through, and it was absolutely worth it. Once that leather softened up and formed to my foot, the comfort was incredible. It's a custom fit that you just can't get from synthetic materials. The Ortholite footbed provides great cushioning and support right from the start, so it's really just the leather that needs to learn your shape. The foundation of this boot is Danner's classic wedge sole. This type of sole is fantastic for providing a large surface area of contact, which makes it super comfortable and stable on hard, flat surfaces like concrete floors, pavement, or framing decks. If you're an iron worker walking on beams, this might not be the tread for you, but for mechanics, carpenters, and factory workers, it's ideal.
3. TAERDUN Slip-On Chelsea Boot. This one is a real workhorse that blends modern features with a classic design. If the Danner is the heritage old-school choice, this is its modern feature-packed cousin. It's designed for industrial and construction work, and it comes with all the protection you'd expect, but in a package that is surprisingly comfortable and light. The first thing I noticed when I put these on was the toe box. It has a steel toe, but it's designed to be asymmetrical and roomy. I've worn a lot of steel-toe boots that pinch my pinky toe or feel cramped after a few hours, but these were comfortable right away. There's plenty of room to wiggle your toes, which makes a huge difference over the course of a long day. Despite the steel toe, the boot doesn't feel overly heavy. They've clearly made an effort to balance protection with reducing fatigue. The comfort really shines through with the insole and midsole design. They call it an anti-fatigue technology, and while that term gets thrown around a lot, it feels legit here. The insole has good arch support and a nice heel cub, and the midsole does an excellent job of absorbing shock. Walking on hard concrete all day felt significantly less jarring in these compared to the boots lower on our list. It's a boot you can put on in the morning and not think about again until you kick them off at night, which is exactly what you want.
Number 2. Georgia Giant Waterproof High Romeo Slip-On Boot. The name Georgia boot carries a lot of weight in the work world, and this boot is a perfect example of why. This thing is an absolute tank, built with a single purpose: to keep your feet comfortable, dry, and supported through the toughest conditions. It's not trying to be a fashion statement, it's a pure, unapologetic tool for your feet. The giant in the name is no joke. These boots have a famously generous fit. If you have wide feet or just hate feeling cramped, you will love these. The comfort is just phenomenal, right out of the box. The full-grain leather is rugged but surprisingly supple, and it required almost zero break-in time for me. Inside, it's packed with a high-performance lining and a cushioned footbed that makes standing on your feet all day a whole lot more bearable. It also features a steel shank, which provides excellent arch support, especially when you're climbing ladders or standing on uneven ground. But the real star of the show here is the waterproofing. This isn't just a spray-on coating. It features the Georgia Waterproof System, which is a proprietary membrane designed to let air in but keep water out. And let me tell you, it works. I stood in a creek for a solid 5 minutes, and my feet were completely, totally bone dry. For anyone working in wet, muddy conditions, landscapers, farmhands, construction workers, this level of waterproofing is a total game changer.
Number 1. KELODON Waterproof Steel Toe Slip-On Boots. This boot surprised me. It takes all the best elements from the other boots on this list, the safety, the waterproofing, the comfort, the durability, and combines them into one perfect package. It does everything exceptionally well. Let's start with comfort, because that's where this boot blew me away. It has a composite safety toe, which offers the same protection as steel, but at a fraction of the weight. The toe box is roomy, and the boot is lined with a breathable, moisture-wicking fabric. But the real magic is in the footbed and midsole. The shock absorption is the best of the bunch. It feels like you're walking on high-end anti-fatigue mats all day long. Honestly, these are, without a doubt, the most comfortable safety toe slip-on boots I have ever worn. Period. Next, waterproofing. Like the Georgia boot, the KELODON features a full waterproof membrane. I gave it the same submersion test and it passed with flying colors. Not a single drop of water got in. The leather itself is also treated to be water resistant, giving you a double layer of protection against the elements.
Whether you're pouring concrete in the rain or just washing down equipment, your feet are going to stay dry. Then there's the overall build. The quality of the leather is excellent, thick and durable, but it broke in within a day or two. The construction feels rock solid, and the heavy-duty outsole has an aggressive lug pattern that grips everything. Final thought. I hope this helped you narrow down your choices. Every job is different, so the best boot for me might not be the best boot for you. But I stand by this list. What's your go-to slip-on work boot? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And if you got some value out of this video, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more no-nonsense reviews. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.